Nuclear missile ready.
What is up, boys and girls, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages? Welcome to this Alpha Pro Series game, a best of 9 series between TY from Splice and Team PL for Patience. Let's double check that, make sure we get this right. I know we joined a new team about a week ago. Team LP. Oh, we get it backwards. No worries. How's it going, everyone? Welcome. As I said, this is Alpha Pro Series number 76. It is a best of 9. This is just an alt cast. It has already been casted. These games aren't live, but the VOD didn't make it. So we're going to do it again today. Before we start, I do have to go over a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to do some sponsor shout-outs throughout the show. We have 2 major sponsors for this. 24 Hour Fitness and GameStop. Both of these guys are making this happen. They're helping provide this prize pool. They're helping support us and these players, and we're really thankful. So let's get started on that. First of all, let's talk about 24-hour fitness. Bring your friends, get your results with a free fitness plan, studio classes, pool, cardio, gym equipment. There are 436 locations across the United States, a network of clubs that are all included in your membership. You can try for free with a 7-day pass when you complete one of the sponsor quests that are attached to this event. Check them out, guys. They're fantastic. Get that gym body going. Don't look like me when it comes to the summer. 24-hour fitness if you are in the United States. Phenomenal gym. And 24-hour, you know, most of us don't want to go to the gym in the middle of the night, like middle of the day. We're nerds. So go in the middle of the night, have some fun with these guys. Anyway, I think that's probably enough for now. We will get into game 1, and by that I mean I will open the replay for game 1. This is a best of 9 between these two fantastic GSL players. It's going to be super sick. Super sick. Patience recently surprising everyone, getting out as GSL group first. TY, probably one of the most solid Terrans in the world. So, we'll get into map 1. It is Automaton. I will see you there. That's a sick transition. Okay, in the left side, playing for Team Splice with some of the nicest hoodies in the game. He is the Blue Terran. It's TY. And in the right side, playing for Team LP from China. The team, not the player. The player is Korean. He is the Red Protoss player, Patience. Okay, so let's get this out in the open first of all. Patience is a very naughty boy when it comes to StarCraft 2. He recently made tons of adepts and got through his group. It was a huge result, a huge upset. Patience is one of those players that's always around, but didn't really get that far. He was sort of around a 32, maybe around a 16 player, but he definitely wasn't expected to get out of that group first. I think he went 4-0 as well. Really impressive. TY, very solid macro player, very solid Terran. When it comes to the sort of the Korean Terrans, you have your Innovation and Maru both at the top, obviously top of their game. And then I think a lot of the other people do look to TY for those solid, safe, transitional builds that get him into the mid game, get him into the late game, where they can make things happen. It's not to say he's not afraid of doing something naughty, but it's less common. He's not quite as too raxy as Maru, or as hyper focused and getting further into the game as Innovation. He's a fair mix between the two, I'd say. And a former champion whilst playing that way. So, game starting pretty standard so far. Everything very normal. We'd have Nexus before core, so the Reaper can be potentially annoying, especially on a map like this with so much room to jump up. Usually you're going to have to do a little bit of micro because that adept won't pop in time. But everything very standard. Very standard indeed. Just going to check everything is working. Seems it, no one's spamming me, so we're good. Right, the Reaper does come in. And actually, with the gas steal, the Reaper is staying at home. This is really smart play. By Patience, he manages to buy those few seconds that he needs to get that gas going, to get those units at home out. He can now make his adept at home, which he is, and chronoing. Maybe unnecessary use on the chrono. He can get it across the map and kill this SCV most likely. He is going to choose to go for the SCV, and that's almost a guaranteed kill. Meanwhile, TY frustrated. Killing this gas takes a long time. See some people, when a gas is stolen, maybe make a marine before the reactor, but TY happy to just poke away at it, show everything he's doing, standard 1-1-1 opening. To Patience, this gas geyser gives a lot of visions. Patience right now, as you can see a hell of a lot. He sees everything. He sees the gas. He can presume the other gas, obviously, hasn't been taken. Gas on the natural is not taken yet either. Everything moving as normal. And both players looking to get comfortably onto that 2 base. Now, what we do have from Patience, which is very smart, is this proxy Stargate. Now, when you steal a gas, you slow down that tech. You slow down your opponent's tech. Right now, there is nothing from TY that could deal with a very fast Oracle. He has 1 Marine, and 4 Hellions. Hellions aren't great at shooting Oracles. I've never seen one manage it so far. A little bit sloppy from Patience to lose that adapt, but everything moving okay. But this Oracle is going to be a huge problem. There is hardly... Oh, just weakening up a few of these SCVs. So smart by Patience. Yeah, sure, he loses his adapt, but he's going to stop this mining time. 4 workers instantly go down. More will go down. We're probably going to be looking at about 8 before this runs out of energy. 7, 6, 5, 4... maybe slightly off targeting. Look how low some of these workers are. Patience really playing smart to his advantages. Stealing that gas was very good. TY on the other side does get into the base with a couple of Hellions. He does kill 3 workers to counteract this, but loses those Hellions. So not ideal play for him right now. He has a couple more in the wall, just trying to prod through. Actually, really doesn't want to lose this. TY... Oh, he does lose another one. That's not great. Meanwhile, another Oracle does pop out and kill a few more workers. Right now, we're looking at 9 workers killed for Patient. Yeah, sure, he's lost 4, and maybe there were 4 that didn't need to be lost and could have been avoided. But TY, with this Banshee, needs to get something done. He does have Cloak about to finish off. It's just going to be... it's going to be the 2 Cloak Banshees, so very aggressive. But there are 3 Oracles right now for Patience. Patience going to go in again. Oh, a Widow Mine! Oh, it does kill 1 Oracle, and the other ones will get picked off by these Marines. And now, actually, TY starting to take better trades. This Oracle runs out of energy just before it can kill that last Marine. Meanwhile, Hellion, it's going to take a while for you to unpower that one, buddy. On the other side of the map, the Cloak Banshee does go in, and now it's going to start to do some work. There are batteries, and that makes this frustrating. Second Cloak Banshee getting very close as well. Actually, the second Cloak Banshee is going to be used to depower the Stargate, so he doesn't send it across the map to be aggressive. Okay, and now energy has run out on that shield battery, and workers will start to fall. We're now starting to see that number even out. And this Cloak Banshee has so much potential. There's no answer for this right now. The Robo's only just started. There's no cannons, because there is no forges. This Cloak Banshee could just end the game. It's already killed 9, 10. This Cloak Banshee with 10 kills. 11. Now the Oracle does come in and get the tag, but right now, TY is very happy boy. He's unpowered the Stargate. He's stopped any more abuse coming that way. He's got this nice little tank and Marine force with a couple of medevacs. And he has killed 16 of his opponent's workers in the first 6 minutes. So right now we are looking at a 5 worker lead for TY, sorry, with those mules as well, making that economy way stronger for himself. This base almost fully saturated for Patience, but his main very undersaturated. 5 workers shy. Meanwhile, we have a couple of workers shy on that one, but this is completely saturated. Over, in fact, gas is now being taken. And it's looking very good for our Terran player as he moves into the mid-game. Now, let's look at things like upgrades. Right now, that is just Cloak Stim. Has not started, has it? No Stim, so very late from our Terran player. He is getting a defensive bunker and sitting at home, trying to stop any pressure. And what is Patience to do here? His tech was across the map, his Stargate. He has still got a few of his Stargate units left. Behind this, he now has a Robo, and he is making prisons. And this is a lot of sentries. This push can be scary if you can get that sort of the decent force fields in. But TY's army with these tanks, where are they sieged up? One sieged up down here in the low ground, the other one looking towards the high ground. It does look like TY is going to be in a decent position for any harassment. He's also getting a Liberator, very useful to stop this sort of push. The Adepts and things, completely useless. Liberators, very tanky, will survive these hits very well. Stim now started along with +1 for our Terran player. Meanwhile, Patience is moving across the map. He does have the Prism. How many gateways is he currently at? He's currently at 6 gateways, so this is definitely very aggressive. Lots of Stalkers being warped in. There is still this Adept up in the front. Scan now does come down. Doesn't really give away anything. Just sees the workers, sees the base saturated, sees none of attack. The Banshees do come in though, because there is no cannon, and more workers will start to fall. Now, what is Patience's answer? He is sending his air units home. He still has this very large ground force. It's just outside the natural. This Liberator is set up so well with tanks on the low and high ground as well. I cannot see how Patience breaks this. Look at the supply. He's already down quite a bit. All-in workers. Patience is very all-in right now. He needs to make something happen. He could just load up and go into the main, but as I said, there is a tank. 15 more workers go down. TY has now killed 31 workers this game. Looking to be in a commanding position in game 1. But can he survive this all-in from Patience? Patience now, he's brought all his units together. He's looking for a way in. Can he find that pressure? 3 Stalkers at home that had to deal with those Banshees. Patience setting up some of these stasis wards. Very, very nice. Oh, good stasis ward catches Widowmine in a decent chunk of the bio. This is nice. A few units taken out of it. And then just every Widowmine here, very important, because Widowmine's very, very efficient against this army, especially from these air units. And what is Patience's answer? Patience right now, just looking. Can he take the right fight? But every second he's not taking the right fight. Look at this army from TY. Sure, it's tagged, but there are tanks. Stim is now done. Combat shield's nearly done. +1, I believe, is done. +1 is done. This is a very nice stasis ward. Catches a lot of TY's army. But it's so much of TY's army, when it runs out, it becomes a threat. It can be force fielded very efficiently. Nice tag here on the units. We'll pick up another Widowmine. These units are about to run out. And does he use this time to just set up an attack? A flank, maybe? This does run out. A very, very nice play. Oh, very nice. Instant split by TY. Managing to save the vast majority of this army. Meanwhile, behind this Patience is getting a third. There are Widowmines dropping it, though, and this is very, very scary. Very few workers here, luckily. But lots more damage. 8 more workers have just gone down. And TY's army is now out on the map. He's dragging Patience's all in. Patience is still only on 37 workers. Make that 33. Just had another huge Widowmine hit. It's being dragged all around. And look at TY's army. This isn't even all of it. He still has this huge chunk up here looking for a run by. He has units in the main. Drop now loading up for our Terran player. And now he is moving out. TY stims forward. Doesn't catch a lot, but he does force that turret. That tank hit. Nice fights again by Patience. Might prove very, very well. Not taking fights he doesn't need to, but this attack on the other side of the map. Oh, forces a recall. Fantastic. And now there's so many units out of position. Can TY capitalise? Catch a couple of his units. Very nice force fields. The sentry won't get away. Solid effort for that sentry there. Great force fields did save a chunk of his army. But here comes that other force that is separated early. A lot of Stalkers do blink in, and this is very nice. Managed to pick up a couple of his bio units. We'll get another Marauder on their way. Patience definitely having quite good vision right now. He has all these air units. He does have things like the Stasis Ward. But can he contend with TY's army? Right now he has lost 48 workers. He's down just 42 to the 58 of TY. They do now have both. They do both have +1 right now. But TY's powering up insanely strong. This Oracle, he really needs this to survive. And it looks like it will definitely get a bit more done. Go over, see the workers, see the tech, see everything being added on. There is a missile turret and a Widowmine, and I think it's time to say goodnight to that Oracle when it does go down finally. Meanwhile, in the main, there are Adepts running by, being very frustrating, warping in between the two bases. The wall does go up very nice timing there for TY, and these Adepts will go down. But he loses 5 workers in the meanwhile, so it's a nice little push. TY looks like he just accidentally loaded up a medevac or something told him not to. Patience again, looking for those flanks for those Adepts in a very nice position. And the fight does look like it's going to come down. Nice force fields, just baiting each other out right now. Where's my Streamlabs gone? Just check everything's good. It looks good to me. Okay, and now what is the plan? Patience going down. Oh, it is scouted his move out, but he does get a couple of Liberators. And 12 more workers have gone down to that Adept flank I previously mentioned. Looks like TY's just fed up. He's going across the map. He is going to punish Patience for his frustrating play. Patience does still have a nice little army here with 2 Immortals. This is very, very scary. Guardian Shield does go up. But TY's army at the other side of the map is phenomenally huge. Now the Liberator is in position. We'll be able to set siege up. There is a tank in the back as well, which is doing so much damage. This Liberator managing to kill a few units and just picking off little bits. And we do have a bit of a base trade scenario going down right now. TY's army on the side of the map is absolutely huge. All of the tech is getting shut down. But TY also is starting to lose his production facilities himself. There are units on top of his. TY losing all of his workers and actually now going to a supply deficit. But the army supply is so massively in favour of TY. Patience will never be able to fight the army. He will lose all of his bases. Both players will lose, by the looks of all of their bases. Lots of probes starting to run away. And Patience has a lot of money. He can throw down Nexuses elsewhere. He can do that if he needs to. So where does this go from here? TY just sieging up, is getting on top and killing all of the production. It does look like he's going to kill as many buildings as he can. There is a pylon being built over on this top left side of the map. And he is flying away a lot of his buildings. Both players now down to no mining. Patience no longer has a nexus whatsoever. But TY does have this. It is getting set up. There are depots going back down so we can start building again. Does need to repair that barracks and will do so. Patience now rebuilt his base in the middle of a map. He is going to try and break this position. This is very scary. There is a barracks. There is a tank, and that barracks is not going to get repaired, but the SCVs do come off the line. Very nice blink over them to kill that Liberator. But there's so many SCVs and just so many units trickling in. Every mortal that goes down can't be fixed, and now the rest of the army's starting to come back. Here come the medevacs, and GG! TY takes game 1 in this best of 9. Whilst I try and remember how to swap the scene. Ta-da! What's up? Alright, really nice game 1 by TY. Patience playing very frustrating, but all of his shenanigans, all of his worker kills, everything he did was just matched by TY and then extended on, done better. TY certainly playing the harassment game very well on Automaton and takes that clean 1-0. I think it's best if we just jump straight into game 2 and see if Patience has an answer. Can he respond? Can he get himself back into this? Let's find out on Cyber Forest. I will see you guys there when it loads. For now, I'll just be a dancing head. Here we go. In the top left corner. Up 1-0 in this best of 9. Playing for Team Splice. It is the Blue Terran. Thank you. It's TY. Oh, Patience. Not happy about Terran. Patience, you can't say that. I saw you make mass adepts and go through the GSL against Terran, mate. Trong. Patience may be struggling to type today. Okay, in the bottom right. Playing for Team LP. Patience, a little bit of a joker. I like it. He is the red Protoss player. It is Patience. Okay, you hate me. You played like Diamond. Sugar. I don't know if I can swear on this channel. Like gold. These guys, a bit of banter. I like this. This is nice to see. Patience, I think, has always had decent English, but I don't think I've seen much of TY's English. Patience, at this point, just being frustrating. You played like Silver. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of TY's English. It's nice to see him banter back, you know, give as good as he gets. Not just in game, which he most certainly is doing, but in the chat. I appreciate a good chat GM. Okay, Patience going for this lower ground gateway. Then getting a Cyber and Nexus. We'll be able to get the Adept across the map very quickly. Very nice. We didn't see any gas steal this game. I actually don't really, personally, love a gas steal against a Terran. I think it was very good for Patience because he went for that proxy Stargate. What is this? Can't win versus Maori Innovation. I think we should just sit back and... This TVT is very good. I'd like to see Patience's TVT, guys. Maybe we can make that happen in the future. Maybe we can make him back up these claims. Maybe can't lose. In the meantime, everything is very standard. We have no shenanigans out on the map this game. Standard. And it's going to be a Robo, so not that Twilight. Please do not bullshit. Can I say that? Sorry. So, like when pigs fly. These guys are hilarious. I'm enjoying this a lot. I mean, well, yeah, so we are seeing that Robo opening instead of maybe the standard Twilight. Could be for a very early Warp Prism, it could just be to get the Observer. We are getting Just a 1-1-1 out of TY, everything very standard. Probably will play Bio. I don't think particularly plays Mech versus Protoss, he's not Gummio. Has a few Marines very, very early and actually skipped the Reaper to get those Marines. Maybe scared of an early proxy again. Doesn't want to take that damage. Who's saying Phoenix does come in. Get an okay scout. Not a lot to see really. Does see that it's very standard. But what he does see is that that tech lab is upgrading. And that tech lab is upgrading the Cyclone upgrade. Although we are getting a tank first. Snake Phoenix does go down. Meanwhile, across the map, double gas is being taken. We are getting that Warp Prism, as I previously mentioned. How many gates is this? It is just a 2 for now. And a Twilight Archon. Is this like an Archon drop? No, you get DT for that. Is it very quick Storm drop? Something like that. It's a possibility. And Patience, playing unusual, sort of his forte. Not going for standard blink openings, getting that contain, taking his third, getting Storm Charge and Colossus off of that 6 gas space. Instead, playing a little bit different. We are going for a double Adept drop. With High Templars behind in order to take the third base, I imagine. Does Storm start straight away, or is he going to also stick an Archon in that? No, he picks up a Stalker. So this is going to be a drop into the main. The Observer has been seen. TY very, very good with that vision. That Observer does see the Cloak Banshee though. Patience is going to be taking his third. No Storm started just yet. It's just going to go for Archon Immortal. The drop does come in. There are a lot of units in position though. This shouldn't be too efficient. A couple of workers is nice, especially when it was so well scouted. And if Patience can just keep this alive for a while, he can potentially do quite a bit of damage. Just hop in between the bases. As we saw Protoss, who was it today in GSL? I can't remember. Oh, it was Parting. Parting today in the GSL. On this map as well, just going between bases. Meanwhile, TY, not too happy with this. Going across the map. Is going to be able to siege up in this very frustrating position. This tank can do so much. There is an Archon here, there is an Immortal here, and there is a Central Guardian Shield. The drop is also home, but there's 3 tanks here, and they are sieged up in decent rate. Ooh, nice pick up on that Immortal. That Immortal needs to live to be able to kill this tank. And it will, oh, very, very nice micro by Patience. Picking up and dropping off that Immortal. Meanwhile, TY still got that 2 tanks and a few Marines though. This should be held pretty comfortably. He is delaying this third. Banshee very, very annoying in this situation. Oh my god, the Banshee just killed the Immortal, and now this becomes a different fight. These Marines and tank gonna try and micro. Probably not the most efficient. Another Immortal does come out, and looks like it will get saved by that Warp Prism, and the third does go down. Patience feeling comfortable enough to do so. Meanwhile, Patience still has... Oh, he bought that Prism home, so he has nothing on the other side of the map. Worker count. Patience is very ahead. And holding this pressure with I don't want to say with ease, but certainly very efficiently. The third possibly at risk here. May have to cancel that with another tank coming in. 2 Banshees do a little bit of damage. Patience is going to try and save it. Will he be able to? Oh, it's certainly looking good for him. He moves forward. Tank's starting to get a few kills on these Stalkers. This one just with the 1 kill right now. But these Banshees have been the heroes of the hour so far. But Patience's micro with these 2 Immortals and this Prism have been really, really nice. He has lost maybe 1 unnecessarily, but if he can now get another tank... Oh, such amazing micro. And now he picks up and will go across the map. I mean, you can't have a better scout than this really, TY, so I wouldn't expect Patience gets too much done. He is just trying to go for a couple of kills on these Marines to thin out the herd. Banshees fire really slow, they have a really long charge up, so this was really nice with the Immortal's instant shot. Meanwhile, the third did go up for Patience. It lost a little bit of health, but it's completely comfortable. And Patience is now going into his tech options. He's getting Storm. No Robotics Bay for those Colossus or those Disruptors just yet, but there are a lot of High Templars with a good amount of energy, and Storm is nearly done. With those Immortals as well, do we have Zealot Legs? Nearly done. Yeah, about halfway done. And no third base up yet for TY. He has built it, and it is now currently turning into the Orbital, but it's certainly behind. You can see his worker count is even, but for a long time, Patience certainly had the advantage going into this game, and he's looking pretty strong. Double Forge up for Patience, very, very comfortable. I'd like to see Triple Forge. It's so rare, but I always, just on a personal level, get giddy when we see Triple Forge. I love a good greedy Protoss, and I don't think that's so much Patience's style. He's very, very aggressive. Wow, a Raven. This is a scary, scary force right now. Oh my god, huge storm goes onto the bulk of those Marines. Oh, and another one. Very, very nice. 3 SCVs go down. This is a scary army. 3 Immortals. A huge warping right now, mainly of Stalkers. All Stalkers. Another Archon coming in. I think this third could certainly be at risk. If you can get the position. Zealot legs is done. These Zealots do go in, but they don't get much done. The Widowmount are cleaned up, and the Immortals are moving forward. Huge anti-armor missile does go off from the Protoss army. But the Immortals in the back are doing so much DPS with the Archons to tank. I think TY could be in a bit of trouble here. Another huge warping coming in of Zealots. There is still this Banshee doing a lot of damage. And GG! Patience manages to take game 2. And take us to an even score of 1-1 in this best of 9. Guys, thank you so much if you are watching this. I really do appreciate it. Some really, really fun games so far. While we're here, I am just going to talk about some of our sponsors. I know people don't necessarily love this stuff, but it's part of what makes us able to do this, and them able to support me. So, for now, we are going to talk about GameStop. GameStop are an American game company who have recently started to support esports. GameStop has always given power to the players, and now they're bringing it specifically to esports players. GameStop's new program features coaching and more from some of the world's best players and teams. Visit GameStop's website through the Matcherino quest, which you can see up here somewhere, to learn more, and also through that you can donate to our prize pool. So guys, please check out GameStop. I'd love you very much if you do. Thank you very much. And while we do that, we will sort out the next game arena, which is going to be on King's Cove. I like King's Cove, good map. Okay, we are loading in. I have a Discord message. Okay, as far as I can tell, nothing is broken. Streamlabs being the only exception there. Okay. Oh my lord. Let's get an idea for the chat. Patience is still flaming. No, not flaming. Bantering. We'll go with that. But in the bottom right, in this best of 9, he is currently tied with his opponent. He took game 1, lost game 2. It is the Blue Terran from Splice. It's TY. And in the top left, won the last game with shenanigans again. He played very, very safe. He held the push, but his drop play was very, very nice. His micro phenomenal. He is the Red Protoss from Team LP, Patience. TY wants to know if he can dance his units. TY confident. And mule drops? Ooh. Maybe they drop mules. Nexus rush, okay. So these guys really having a laugh together. Maybe? I like to hope so. I like to hope this is all just fun and games, all good banter. Part of this Alpha show match. This is the Alpha Pro show match number 76. It is a rebroadcast, as we it was casted live, but we had a problem with the VODs, and we want to keep them. So anyway, what is happening this game? Everything is very, very normal, as you would expect. Very nice pylon placement from Patience, and he does have this probe in a strange area of the map. It could just be scouting for things like a proxy Stargate, Starport even, or it could be looking to put down one of his own. And I think we may be seeing something a bit silly. Strange place. It could be Oracle. It could be DT. No, or it could be absolutely nothing. He maybe changed his mind. The Reaper of TY also very thorough scouting, trying to figure out what is going on. The Adept will come across the map very early, and this probe is going to be spotted by the Reaper. So this is definitely a nice pickup for TY. TY able to shut this down, and if this probe was looking to put something shenanigan-y up here, it now can't. You'd have to send out another one. And doesn't look like Patience is too keen on doing all of that. And now we have a more standard opening. We do have the Twilight Council after the 1 gate and the expand. We'll probably see Blink out of it. It's very unusual to see something like Charge or Glaives, although Patience has definitely made Glaives work in the very recently. That's what I'm looking for. Patience's depth will get down into this natural and be frustrating. We'll definitely get 1 SCV. The Reaper is here as well, and 2 cars will come and probably be able to stop this. In fact, does this get out? Oh, what a save. Patience. Oh, did it die? Don't know if it died. I did die. Patience very surprised that it died. I didn't think it did. I thought it had survived. The animation had almost gone through. So we are seeing 2 more gates. We are seeing Blink being researched and a very standard contained into third base with Blink coming in from a Protoss player. There are a couple of cars and a Reaper in the natural base. Ooh. Oh, wow. Fantastic play right there from Patience. And he knows it. The Reaper does come in, get a full scout, see the Robo go down, see the Blink is researching, throw a grenade just to be annoying, and then get out. So safe, smart play there from TY. Both these players feeling each other out in this game as we go into a more standard mid-game, more what we'd expect from TVP. And we are going to see, I imagine, Cloak start up pretty soon, and a Banshee. Or is it just going to be the straight swap? Well, it's not going to be a swap. There we go. There is the Banshee. Oh, it's a Raven. Small supply block though. 4 workers going down right now. And oh, Widowmine drop does come in. Does kill 4 workers. Will it get any more? Gets a sentry. Very, very nice. And will manage to get out. So these 2 Widowmines doing a good amount of damage for TY. Now TY takes a small supply lead as his army grows. And he is going to be able to bunker on the other side of the map. Very, very important, I think, when it comes to dealing with these Blink Stalkers, which he knows are coming. Behind this, Patience has gone for that robotics bait. Will probably go from Blink into Colossus. Very, very strong free base play coming out of him. He can also choose to hit a timing with this, but I'd expect him to play more standard. Oh, with just a 1 forge though, it could be that +1 attack off of 2 bases with a Prism and Colossus. His car is going to come in and see the exact second the third goes down. Very, very useful. Not going to kill this worker, does go down, but sees the information, gets what it needs. Blink has now finished. The Patience is sitting at home. Not keen to push out and try and contain this third base from TY. Patience Observer is now moving across the map. Zealot Legs has started and we are seeing Liberators coming out of TY. And TY's harassment has been on point with these Liberators in the last couple of games. His Liberators, his Widowmine drops, very, very strong. As you can see, he's already killed 6 workers this game with those Widowmines and the Hellions and the Reaper. So very, very solid start. Nice spotting pylon out here. Observer will come in, see that timing on that third base. Very happy with that. Sees the next few racks going down. Just confirmed it is bio. It's nothing strange like Mac. No Gumiho style. Mass Cyclone. And Patience happy to just sit here and take his third base. Take this more mid game. Does confirm there's just nothing sitting there behind his third base with this Marine. Does TY. 2 more Widowmines going out there for a drop. I think it's probably the same medevac, it's just been repaired. But Patience, very, very smart, has that patrolling Observer outside the place where drops will come in. Still not a lot of units here though. So this is missed by the scan. And it will be seen. And TY does have a very large push coming in right now. So this Raven has enough to... Ooh, he doesn't want to lose a Raven right here. Very important unit when it comes to these Colossus that are out. He needs to be able to disable it. Very, very scary game of cat and mouse right now. Meanwhile, the Widowmines are going to go into the natural. Is there anything in position? A couple of Stalkers warp in, but these Widowmines, very quick pull coming in. Widowmine does burrow and will kill a Stalker. Oh, it doesn't. Very nice blink. Second Widowmine will go in and will probably kill a Stalker. He gets him this time. But not the most efficient. He wanted to kill workers with that. He did kill 3 workers in the meanwhile with this Liberator, so that's nice. Getting those 3 worker kills. He does lose it though. I think he probably F2'd his army there for it to pull back like that. But another 3 workers. Now bringing it up to 9. There has been a lot of commitment to kill those 9 workers. He hasn't built up a worker lead too much. Very nice observer placement by Patience. Would prefer to see it in observer mode though. Get that a little bit more vision. Probably be able to see move out patterns and stuff a little bit better. A few Marines moving across the map right now just to scout things out. Sees that pile. Sees what the army consists of right now, which is a lot of Blink Stalkers. As for upgrades right now, we actually have nothing at all for our Terran player. Stim has just finished, and he is very close to combat shields, and +1 not too far. We have +2 weapons already coming in for Patience. Patience certainly building up a bit of steam in this. Is going for that very traditional blink in, kill a Marine or 2, blink out style that we see with Blink Stalkers. Does lose one there. Not the kind of thing you want to be seeing. Oh, this is a very nice position right now. Doesn't commit to it. There was a tank out of position. Is he going to go for that tank? Looks like he will manage to pick off a tank. Very, very nice. There is another tank in position. A few more Marines will go down, and Patience blinks away. That's more what he's looking to do. Find those holes, walk in, kill a unit or 2, blink out, take very little damage himself, and just slow down. Put the fear into the Terran player. Meanwhile, 4th base is coming up at a very, very healthy time for TY. No 4th base taken. Oh, it has been taken. It's just been taken in a different position from Patience. And the upgrade's very, very good for Patience. Double Forge, Mass Chrono going into them. Storm has been started, so we are going to have that Colossus and Storm style with Charge Zealots. Very difficult to deal with, especially with a Prism and things, which, as we can see, is lurking. TY getting a lot of tanks, a lot of turrets, very safe play. He does have a sensor tower. Turret is not finished just yet, and this could potentially do quite a lot of damage. These are Charge Zealots inside this. Very frustrating. Just forces the Terran player out of position. He is going to kill multiple workers. He's going to slow down that economy. Force that pull. Yeah, sure, it gets cleaned up. But 4 workers, that's fine. Zealots are free at this point. He will get at least 1 more. Maybe not. Zealot maybe out of position a little bit. Wow, what a run that guy had. Does get 5 workers in the end, so nice little push. But now Patience's army is very scary. High Templars, Storm nearly done. Upgrades. It will be 2-1 by the time any push comes out. And his +2 armor is on his way as well. Patience definitely looking comfortable, and it's very difficult to deal with a Protoss once he gets this many bases and gets this strong. But this is TY, one of the most solid macro players in the world. One of the best macro Terrans we've ever seen. And if anyone can deal with this sort of stuff and take these really, really good fights against a very high-tech Protoss army, I think TY is going to be one of the guys that can. He's moving out with a small contingent to this right-hand side. We'll see these Marines. Very, very nice. Just gets a few kills. Stops that run by into his natural or something in when a move out happens. That's a lot of Stalkers. Very Stalker heavy for Patience. I prefer to see more Zealots on a personal level. Just because they force so much more kiting. Stalkers obviously are very good for finishing off already weak units. Such as when they've stimmed a couple of times. But more Zealots could be very important if he wants to take better fights. Patience moving with those High Templars in the front of his army. Just hoping he can catch something. Catch a small group of Marines off guard. Get that Storm and finish him off with those Stalker shots. TY moving out on the left. Does see this. Oh, Warp Prism and kills it very, very quick. Cat-like reflexes, I'd say. Manages to deal with that. And now the move forward coming in for Patience. He has now got in between this natural. There are ghosts out. But the ghosts have not managed to get any feedbacks just yet. And the High Templar are in position. Does get the Viking. Very, very nice. Raven does come in and disable a few of these units. Actually disables the High Templar. That's phenomenal play. The Colossus are here in decent numbers. But this is a very, very good position. With no High Templars to Storm. One just gets picked off straight away. Nice little push coming from our Terran player to counteract Patience's aggression. Meanwhile, Patience taking another base, as is TY. Both players not committing to too much. We've got gravitic drive coming from Patience, so those prisms are like rockets right now. They can become very frustrating, and look how quick that is. That's insane. But TY has a very high tank count. We're looking at 13 tanks. That's so difficult to deal with. He also has, how many ghosts are we looking at? 5 right now, 3 more in production. This is such a scary force. It's well upgraded. Both players very, very similar on upgrades right now. Oh, Patience has seen that this force is unseized, does pounce on it and try and kill one tank. Doesn't get it and will take a couple of shots in return. He will kill this observer and just free up a bit more of that information. Large Zealot run by coming in, and this is annoying. There are a few Marines here and 3 tanks. I think that's probably enough. Oh my god, tanks do so much damage to the Zealots. It does lose one, which is frustrating. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, fight is going down. Storms went down, a few Marines seem to have died. 10 SCVs died at the other side of the map thanks to these run bys. But this army for TY is very scary. He's very high up on supply. He is above in upgrades due to that upgrade on his tank. And he is now sieging up on this 4th base position. High Templars are lurking. Ooh, very, very nice storm onto all these bio units. But look at this tank spread, it's so huge. All of these units now starting to clump up, taking a lot of tank fire. Once the Immortals go down, there's very little wall left for these Colossus, and it looks like the Colossus are going to go down. So much damage from all of these tanks. And it's just a phenomenally good fight for TY. He's picking off so many expensive units. There are a lot of Zealots left to walk in, and Zealots are very cheap when you're at this many bases. The tank count was thinned out a little, but probably not as much as Patience needs. More units now coming across the map. Let's look at the Workers Lost tab. So Patience has actually killed 20 this game. TY's army, very, very strong. It does look like this base is going to be given up by Patience. Patience is looking for a large flank, but all these tanks up on this top side getting such huge hits. Bio is also coming back. Flank coming in. This Immortal didn't do as much as it needed to. And GG. TY goes up 2-1 in this best of 9 show match. That's such a sick transition. Wow, that was a really good game. TY just managed to slowly build and ramp and get that tank count to where we needed to go, so that when the fight did come in, when you have 13 tanks shooting a Protoss army, no Protoss army is going to survive. You need like 13 Archons, you know, the only thing that can really survive that amount of tank fire to be able to efficiently fight. So, we are now up. What's the score? I've forgotten the score. We'll figure it out. 3-1? Yeah, something like that. I'm just checking that score because, to be honest with you, it's completely slipped my mind. Yeah. We've played... How many games have we played? Patience definitely won one. I think it's 3-1. This is map 4. Must be. I'm sticking with it. We'll figure it out later. For now, let's go in game. So sick. In the bottom right, currently leading the series, it is the Blue Terran from Splice. It is TY. And in the top left, yes, playing for Team LP, the Red Protoss player, it is Patience. Okay. Okay. Is that map 3? That'll make this map 4. Which would mean it's... Yeah. Oh, I know. It's this. That's it. This is map 4. Okay. We're good now. I can't do maths. Oh, that's out of position. I mean, if it comes to it being delayed massively or just putting it out of position and moving it, it's not a bad decision. So, both players playing very standard, very quick adept coming out of Patience. It's going to be scattered by TY. along with his Nexus. Patience really doesn't want to be hated, guys. He just wants to be loved by Terran players, which is why he kills them. And TY speaking a lot of sense as a Terran player. I think a lot of people may agree with that. So, what are we going to see differently this game? We are seeing everything normal so far. Well, the factory being built back here is unusual. If he wants to do a quick swap. Maybe he's going for the very quick 2 Marines. Reaper is moving across the map, has killed 1 worker. That was the one that was in his base, so nothing unusual. Double Adepts, Triple Adepts now coming out. But we are still seeing Blink, so it could be a... Ooh. This is frustrating. Just as the Adepts leave, Reaper goes, hello, I'm here. And we'll probably manage to get at least 1 kill. Yeah, it does. We'll also get a very, very healthy scout. Stalker is about to pop, and that will be able to chase us off. But I believe TY did see that it is Blink. Yep, he did. Oh, these Adepts so frustrating. There is a Widow Mine, but he's gone straight over it. So how many workers will go down? Let's keep an eye on this. Right now, Patience has only killed the 1 worker. He is in the main, though. Oh, he let that finish? I think that could have been a mistake by Patience. Oh, no, he knows he can probably fight these Marines in these low numbers. Couple more workers now, and I'm starting to forward. Now this is getting very annoying. Another Widow Mine does come out, so TY certainly wants to do that Widow Mine drop deal. But right now, his hands are full just dealing with all of his Adepts. And Patience now has killed 5 workers this early in the game. That's massive. He's up 11 workers. His Natural's completely unmining. Look how efficiently Patience is mining with this supply block. And these are still... Oh, the recall comes in just to help deal with this Widow Mine drop. Very, very smart play. It has been seen the Widow Mines will have to be dropped. This can be annoying, just dropping it in a strange place on the map. Just the 1. Gonna still try to go for 1 Widow Mine drop. Patience putting his pylon down at exactly the right moment. We'll be able to scout this. And a very quick 3rd from Patience. It's already 1/3 of the way done at 5 minutes. As a Protoss player, you feel great about this. If you can get your macro going. So Patience does see that this is coming in. Does he have any units in position to deal with it? He does have 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers and 3 Adepts. Very, very good. Blink is done, so he's able to chase that off. Very nice play right now from our Protoss player. Definitely taking the most of that small advantage he dealt with those 3 Adepts. Observer is coming across the map right now. Probably did fly over 1 or 2 of those mines. So should have some information that they are there. TY does have his tanks already in production. He is getting another very early Liberator. So sticking to what's worked for him historically in this matchup. Yeah. So the Widow Mine does go off. Did a lot of damage to that prison. Prison did survive, luckily, but... This is so well scouted by Patience. Patience just having his units in the right place. Even if it's not working out from a pure engagement point of view, he's certainly playing very, very smart for a player who's notoriously a bit cheeky. Nice control right now by Patience. Does manage to pick off a Marine. Nearly kills a Widow Mine as well. Will have to blink away though if he doesn't want to lose any units. Okay, so he does manage just that. Blinks away. Trading a couple of units again. He may lose that Stalker, and he does lose 1 Stalker. That's very, very frustrating, because these tanks, so annoying if his Stalker count gets whittled down. And there are SCVs with this to keep the tanks healthy, and force that micro. So now this base is going to be sieged up on. There is an Immortal which will come in from the back. We should be able to clear out the tanks very, very quickly, but these Marines are going to kill all these SCVs. If they can also get on top of the Immortal, okay, Zealots are out. There are no Zealot legs just yet. The Marines are forced to pick up. But this is nice. 8 workers killed. Meanwhile, at the other side of the map, it looks like probably a depths or something. I did miss that, I apologise. Managed to kill 8 workers back. So right now, both players killed over 10 workers in the first 7 minutes of this game. This Liberator, also going to do a bit of damage. It's only going to hit the Stalker though. Will kill 1, which is okay, but you certainly want more. Meanwhile, 10 more probes go down to this drop right now. So now, it's 10 probes total go down to this drop. Okay, I haven't reset yet. Very, very nice drop play coming in by TY. He is able to do a lot of damage, keep the forces thinned out, kill a few more workers. Now managing to take that lead in workers killed. Double observers. You don't see squiddies flying together too often, do you? Follow the leader, leader. Okay, so the third is up and doing pretty well for Patience. He's even on work count. There is no third up in position yet. 40Y. In fact, has he even started one? No, he just has the 2 command centers. So TY is definitely economically going to fall behind as this game goes. Some more damage done. He's done a good job so far. Very nice placement right here of the observer. Able to see everything. The move out, the ramp, this position. He's going to move a little bit further. Cheeky. I like it. Going to see if that third is on its way. When he sees it isn't, oh, does lose the observer. There's still no. He still hasn't 100% ruled out that there is no third. I think by now he probably expects there to be no third. There is an immortal drop looking to come in and be frustrating and slow down the Terran player. And now it does do just that. And these immortal drops kill add-ons so quick. Gets repaired. And oh my god, is it actually going to survive? No, okay. It's going to take about 6 weeks for this Liberator to kill that Warp Prism. So Patience definitely nice little bit of play there. Kills the add-on, stops Marauder production for a moment. This is a lot of Charge Zealots, a lot of Blink Stalkers, Warp Prism with some Immortals in. This is a very scary push. How many tanks are we currently looking at? Units. Just 2 tanks as well. So TY does have a lot of Marines. And Upgrade, he does have Stim and he does have Combat Shield. So they're not weak by any means. Very, very nice force fields. Traps a good amount of these Marines. But now they're sort of working against the Protoss player. Very smart of TY there to pick up that tank and save it. It was 1 hit from being killed. Does need to come and repair it, and will do so. Very, very nice by that. And now a big load up into that Warp Prison. 4 Zealots will go in towards that natural position while Patience tries to take a fight in the middle towards this third base. Again, very strong army with +1. +1 is now finishing for TY, but its +2 is always going to be behind. Lots of Widow Mines though. They can be so devastating against this many Zealots. And let's see how it goes. Again, nice force field. The Zealots do come in, but don't get a lot done. Ooh. TY coming forward. If he can get a couple of Immortals, that's really, really nice for him. The Stim does run out. Meanwhile, the Zealot drop does come in. It's doing a lot of damage. Will be cleaned up eventually, but 8 more, 10 more workers, 11. Wow, that's so much damage. Huge drop in the main as well. 17 workers go down. And these guys are just trading blows. But TY's army in Patience in space is very, very huge. Stims go down. Oh, Widowmine hits are very, very good. Picks up most of these Zealots. There are still 2 tanks in the background that are starting to do a lot of damage. The Immortals are still up. Sentries do go down. Micro coming in. For the Protoss player, another warping comes in. That should be enough to clean this up. And it does look like Patience will take us to a tie. As we go 2-2 in this best of 9. I think. Yeah, that was game 4. Okay. Guys, what I need to do right now is again talk about our sponsors. I'm going to do it every other game, something like that. Something a little bit different instead of me just blathering on and chatting. I don't want to say crap, but you know, crap. I do have an actual video ad to show you for 24-hour fitness. So sit back, it's only a few seconds long. Watch that. Then we'll have a small chat and then we'll get into game 5. That's Port Alexander. Yeah, game 5. See you in just a moment. Alright guys, I played it through twice because you know what? I'm proud of Amy and her fitness plan. So that was 24-hour fitness, guys. Let's see if we have some information on those guys. Just to you know, read to you. So events like these would not be possible without support from our sponsors, such as 24-hour fitness. Membership for 24-hour fitness can give you access to either just a single club near you, and there's like 238 in Cali if you're in there, or all 436 locations nationwide. If you want to achieve your fitness goals and attain your dream body, like mine, 24-hour fitness will help you achieve that. So guys, check them out, especially if you're in the States. If you're watching this, you're in America, they have loads across all different states. 24-hour gyms, so you don't have to go in the middle of the day and look silly in front of all these like super buff dudes. You can go at night, like the nerds we are. Anyway, game 5, guys. Let's load into it. Thank you for listening to the spiel and watching the ad. I really appreciate that. Next map is going to be on New Repugnancy. And right now it's 2-2. A lot closer than I guess a lot of people would have anticipated. I think most people expected it to be a bit more favoured towards TY. TY is certainly one of the best Terrans in the world. A regular, extremely successful player in the GSL, things like that. So definitely really nice results. So I'll see you in the map. In this bottom left corner, once I update the scores, playing for Team Splice. And guys, if you haven't seen it, Splice have the sickest merchandise. So that's just me selling out towards that. He is the blue Terran player. It's TY. And in the top right, with some pretty devastating builds so far. And a lot of banter. I'm really going to like this guy, despite his playstyle. It is the red Protoss from Team LP. It's Patience. Right. So I think we'll see more of the same from Patience. I definitely think Open and Twilight is going well for him. His adepts have been very useful. Maybe we see an adept build. Although this probe's looking very suspiciously proxy Stargate, and it's a very good map for it. That does look like what we're going to see. Very interesting. Patience going for single gas. It does look like we're probably going to see a Cybercore before a Nexus. Especially with this build being as aggressive it is. There is a gate going down already, so very quick adepts. We will almost certainly see the Cybercore for that immediately, and here it comes. Gonna put it behind the mineral there? Okay, you can do that. That's nice for as an STV scout, just to be able to, you know, hide it for that extra millisecond. Be frustrating. Meanwhile, we are just getting the standard Reaper from our Terran player. He'll then add on his add-on, get his CC, you know, everything normal. Or is he? He has a bit of CC on the high ground, which is suspicious. TY didn't see anything, did he? No, he's not seen anything. Just a little bit, you know, concerned. Playing safe. And this is really, really smart with the pressure that is coming down. This pressure is designed to slow down that CC. You don't slow down a CC on the low ground if a CC is on the high ground just laughing at you. So very, very intelligent play from TY. Very smart to just figure that out without really seeing anything, just from movements or just a hunch, or maybe this is just part of his build. I imagine just seeing the movements of the probe and where it came from, he thought, no, that's not right. Oh, wow. More proxies right now. Patience certainly feeling cheeky. No banter this game either. That's slowed down now. Now that these players are tied, no messing about. TY is scouting everywhere, see if he can find anything. What's going to go down in this location? There's a Twilight Council. So, very, very strange position for that. Trying to hide his tech from TY. Patience now moving down into his natural, everything's normal there. We are just seeing the standard Uno, dos, Uno, 1, 1, 1. From TY. He does have a bunker. He's definitely very, very scared of that proxy pressure. Hallucinated Oracle does come in. We'll try and force the pull. I mean, solid effort. But didn't force any workers to pull. Very, very calm play from TY to not take any damage from that. The hallucinated Oracle now will run out. And does TY know it's hallucinated? I mean, I think you can tell by the damage they take. I'm not really sure on that one. Reaper is coming in. Does have one kill right now. Will it be able to get a second? Doesn't look like it. Oh, nice force field. Doesn't actually kill the Reaper, but able to get a decent amount of shit. So right now, TY with the only worker kill of the game. This proxy gateway will be shut down. Blink is being researched on the other side of the map. Very unusual because Blink's so standard. Do you hide standard play? I'm not so sure. It could be. I think it's probably a mind game upon a mind game. If you see no tech at all in the main base of Patience as TY, you think, what's he hiding? Is it DTs? Is it Stargate? He tried to trick into Stargate with that hallucinated Oracle. Maybe that works. It's hard to know how certain a grasp of TY it has. I certainly am not a pro gamer, so I can't tell you. But TY is very prepared. He still has that bunker on the high ground. He has tanks, which is the right response. He did build a Cyclone, which can also be very, very useful for those kiting moments. Bunker is now salvaged, but tanks are in production, and those are the key. He also, does he have any idea on how many workers and how much information? He did see the extra gateways. Okay, fine. Another bunker being built right. Another bunker building right in the front. Patience is trying to repower this gateway, which isn't gonna happen. With these stalkers coming out, there is a possibility. TY probably will sit at home. He definitely has that significant army lead right now, but another warp in round or two, and that will catch up very quickly. Widowmine does burrow and doesn't manage to do anything, just gets killed. Very nice control there by Patience. And a Raven. So I think possibly the concern of DT is getting to a Terran player. He does scout the third at a decent time. Who wins? Definitely the Sentry. Bzzz. Looks like we will have a blink into the main right now from Patience. He does blink in. There are tanks in position. It doesn't look like this will get too much done. He's going to take a lot of damage if he tries to poke in at these units. I think Patience realising it's probably best for him to just get out of there before he starts to lose these units. It's nice to have this pressure though. Meanwhile, he is able to continue his warp-ins. He's going double forge behind. It's actually starting to go very, very greedy despite the lack of damage done. Patience hasn't killed any workers. He's killed a few units, which is nice. Mainly just Marines and Reaper. His legs being researched again at this proxy. I guess it's hard to say it's a proxy, it's the same sort of distance at this hidden Twilight Council. And now here comes what's been so successful for Patience, this warp prison. It's going into the main. There are a lot of units in position. I can't foresee this being massively successful, but if he can manage to drag him out of position, maybe these Blink Stalkers can pounce on this tank and start to kill some of the workers in the natural. The natural is very highly saturated. And Patience is managing to get his third. He has taken that worker lead. He has taken that economical advantage. The third, are we once again still only at 2 command centres? We are. So again, very, very safe play from TY. Possibly too safe. He definitely has a stronger army right now. There is no splash damage. There is no real strong tech. Scan does come in and see that Robo is producing. Nice control there by TY just to save the Marauder. It does so much damage in this scenarios. Observer does go down, which is nice. I'm not sure he meant to load up his couple of units. Oh, now a big flank coming in. It does look like TY is going to have to get out of dodge pretty quickly. He's going to try and engage the flank on the weaker side. Very, very nice. Does manage to save all those units. But I like Patience's gumption. I like his ability to see or smell a weakness and just try and dive on it. Patience's drop did come in again, as I mentioned, and how many workers will this kill? Right now, just one. Very, very nice there by TY. It does look like some of the targeting was not ideal from Patience. He probably could have killed 2 or 3 workers there if he just been slightly more on top of that. But it's not the end of the world. Patience is getting a lot of those ground units. He's playing what I like to call Protoss Bio, where you get no splash, you just get Immortal, Sentry, Stalker, Zealots, go. it can be very, very efficient because Terran has to kite very well. He's going to use a lot of these to defend that third base. But TY's army is very strong. That's a lot of Marines. That's a lot of Marauders, and the tank count is getting there. And we have seen what TY can do with a strong tank count. He is capable of truly kicking ass. I thought my mic had been muted this whole time. That was scary. Okay. So three SCVs do go down to a couple of units running by. Looks like it was probably a drop. The scan does go down and see that this base is very saturated, but does see that there is no gas taken. So that's nice. Knowing you're not against 6 gas just yet, very, very nice, because that does limit the splash. Immortals continuing to be produced. Lots and lots of zealots. Widow mines do come in. Did it get many kills? Didn't look like it. No, it didn't get many. Oh, that's not going to manage it, is it? Oh, it does. Kills 1 worker. Yeah, 2 workers in total for 2 widow mines. Not ideal, but you know, everything's a plus. It's better than none. Every cloud. These widow mines do burrow. Oh, that one could get a big hit. Does kill a zealot and manage to do a bit more. Huge anti-army missile. Hits half of the army. All of those zealots and immortals are hit. The tanks are in a very frustrating place. Oh, another huge anti-army missile. The force was a very, very good, chopping a good quarter of the bio. And now these zealots are charging in. As I said, this Protoss bio style very, very strong. But when these zealots are melting so strong, oh, immortals can't afford to be pushed off either. Both players taking pretty decent fights. I would say probably slightly better there for TY, but doesn't have the strongest army. There are a lot of zealots here, and they are quite well upgraded zealots. Better upgraded than the bio of TY. This prison, very annoying. He is going to see it. Does he kill it? A-move? Isn't going to stim for it. Yeah, surely he will. That's too fast. Ah, now flank coming in from the Protoss. TY does manage to save most of his units. And TY still has that supply lead. Widow Mine is in position, will get a shot. Oh no, it doesn't get the shot off. Didn't get to target just long enough. And what is the tank count at? Tank count's currently at 0. Tanks are so important. I do like that he has a lot of Widow Mines. Adepts will shade into that natural right now. Very, very frustrating. We'll be able to do a bit of damage. Or our ghosts. That will snipe. I like that. I really enjoy the noise. Meanwhile, there is a huge fight going down at the third base. Liberators do siege up. There's a lot of bio here getting trapped by all of these zealots, but they're managing to fight pretty efficiently. This is a lot of medevacs, and now the flimsier units of the Protoss player are being dived on. Very nice blink away and save of the Immortals. Meanwhile, workers do fall, because one of these did survive. Now 6 workers killed. I imagine this one Adept has 12 kills! And this is very, very nice for Patience. Oh my god, this one Adept is doing so much damage. And as you can see, 14 kills total. I'm pretty sure most of them came from that one Adept too. There is also a Warp Prison dropping a couple of Immortals. This shouldn't do too much. There are Zealots in position. SCV is pretty good against Immortals. Something I never thought I'd say. And now a couple of Widowmares were to stop that sort of harassment. TY is moving across the map though. He has no tanks, but he has a lot of medevacs and decent bio with ghosts. Can these ghosts get the hit they need? Oh, huge EMP does stop those high templates from being able to do anything and take the shields off of those Immortals. The Immortals now starting to go down. Storm could be sniped. Storm is sniped, and that's the AoE to deal with this army dealt with. There are no Colossus anywhere near the production tab. And with no Storm, oh, another... A few nice feedbacks do come in. But TY is on top of Patience's production. He has a huge supply lead. These Ghosts managing to do quite a bit. Not a lot of DPS coming out of the Ghosts, but the rest of the bio is just doing so much damage. And GG! TY goes up 3-2 in this best of 9. 2 maps away from becoming possibly the winner. The OBS is really buggy today. It's getting a little bit dark, guys. I'm going to turn on the light. What's that? Oh, you can see me. How unfortunate for you. So, really, really sick game from TY. Just managing to get his army very, very strong and to deal with the type of harassment he was facing. So, our next map is going to be Kairos Junction. We're going to go straight into it. No messing about. Let's go to Game 6. In this best of 9 of the Alpha Pro Series sponsored by Africa, by 24-Hour Fitness, and by GameStop. I'll see you in game. I can't help but make a noise when I see that. Okay. Let's sort out the scores. So that makes it what? I'm so confused right now. 2, 3. This is game 6. Right? Yeah. Okay. In the bottom right, playing for Splice, up 3-2 in this best of 9. He is the blue Terran player. It's TY. And in the top left. Been a little cheeky in this series. Tried a lot of harassment options. A lot of it's worked, some of it hasn't. He is the red Protoss playing for Team LP. It's Patience. And we'll see a bit more of the cheek. So this will be a proxy gate for a very, very quick adept to try and shut down any CC on the low ground. He tried it last game, didn't work, actually, because TY built a CC on the high ground. Should see the gateway thrown down straight away, there we go. But that was due to, I believe, the movement of the probe. With the probe now coming in from a normal position, it is a slightly weird time. Maybe TY is able to pick up on that. And whenever you do something like this, it's always a little bit indicative that maybe something weird's happening. Now, does he go for the CC on the high ground? I think he may. No, it does look like... What's it going to be? A little bit of indecision, maybe? He's going to do it on the high ground. Yeah, he's going to do it on the high ground. Such smart play. And this is so good against what he's facing. TY just reading the game so well again. Most likely just seeing that the probe came, the probe was very aggressive. Whenever a probe's trying to slow you down, it's like, what is it slowing you down for? What is the follow-up? It can just be to try and be annoying. It can, you know, sometimes it is something like that. But these players have this game sense that just can't be explained. They just know when something's not right. They just know their opponent's well enough to go, he's trying harder than he usually would, which means something is different. And TY finds out what is different. He is now scouting for that proxy gateway. It is still, the adept is still going to come in. The wall is complete. Can he lower it? Does he raise it in time? Perfect. No messing about. So, you know, this adept is able to come and be slightly frustrating. Bonk, gets grenaded. Oh, can you imagine if he knocked it into his main? As soon as the bunker finishes up, the Reaper can just hippity hop in. Ah, the bunker won't finish up. That's so annoying. Now it does. The Reaper, if needs be, can hippity hop in. There we go. Now nothing is going to do any damage to this front. So this is now shut down. So, next, follow up. What's it going to be? So we do see the Stargate. Going back to what worked in the earlier part of the series, which is really, really nice to see. I like to see all the mixing it up coming out of Patience. He certainly tried a lot of different things in this matchup. The one thing we haven't seen is what he did in GSL, which is obviously very smart. He probably was hiding by the time when he did play this matchup, which is that mass glaive style. And it's kind of a shame because I really liked it. I really liked it as a, maybe not the words I'd use. It was very, very good. There we go, that's better. So the Oracle is now coming out. This Oracle is certainly annoying. There is going to be a very quick Cyclone. Did he cancel it? No, it did finish. So the Cyclone is out, and that's very useful for dealing with an Oracle. It doesn't do enough to completely one-shot it with its lock-on rotation, but it can certainly slow it down enough for a few Marines to come and do what needs to be done. Meanwhile, lots of Adepts coming across the map. Now these Adepts could be really difficult. How many units are there right now? 7 Marines, 1 Cyclone. What's in production? The Raven can be very useful. We'll be able to shut down that Oracle. But can he deal with this many Adepts? Bunker is still there. These workers, unfortunately, probably not long for this world for too long. Does save a few of them. Only losing the 4 so far. Looks like it will be 5 very shortly. And I'm not too happy about this Cyclone's lifespan. Oh my god, it actually survived. Auto turret does come down, very, very useful. Repair, repair, repair. There's no way you let that finish his Patience. No, okay. So, auto turret managing to make that save Does enough DPS to be able to get rid of some of these units. How many workers went down? 5 in total so far. But it was a lot of commitment. Now, are we going to see a very quick third from Patience behind this? Or is he going to commit more to harassment? He is getting glaives. Now, this is a style I was hoping to see. Lots more gateways, lots more glaives, and we're going to have a huge Adept 2-base all-in. This is what he did in GSL to great success. But will it work against a very solid Terran like TY? We'll be able to find out in just a couple of minutes, guys. I'm excited. Okay, Oracle is going to come in, get a good scout along with his Phoenix, able to kill a lot of things. Actually, Phoenix taking a lot of damage and will go down. The Raven did take a few good chunks, but it is repairable, you know. It's not the end of the world. And is he going to go for repair? Yes. Good. This is a very expensive unit. Oh, he's actually... He is repairing here. Look how many units are warping in. Glaives is just about finished. This is so many Adepts. What is here to hold it? There is 1 tank on the high ground. There's a decent amount of Marines, 2 Cyclones, enough energy for an auto turret. Auto turret needs to go down pretty immediately. There is a bunker there. That changes this, makes this very difficult. This tank is going to do so much damage. Viking needs to land in order to do that DPS. Is he going to go for that? Doesn't look like it just yet. Cyclone right now is picking off these units very efficiently. And great control by TY to save his workers. These Adepts not doing great. Does this bunker finish? It looks like it will. And when this bunker finishes, there's now no real room outside of tank range. A lot more Adepts do come in though. Bunker is loaded up and another Adept does fall. Is that another tank moving to the low ground? Very, very ballsy play here by TY. Oh god, siege it up. TY does siege up a tank. There are a lot of workers right now in order to provide some cushion for this bunker. And more coming in. Very, very, very big. Blink in. Oh my god, all the units now coming in. It does look like the Adepts are starting to fall. There are SCVs repairing the bunker. SCVs are falling and Marines are falling, but this tank on the high ground is already getting a few kills. Alongside this bunker. Very, very efficient right now. And a Banshee, very difficult to deal with. Does a lot of damage to these Adepts. This bunker looks like it probably will go down. Another huge line of Adepts does come in. Oh, and this is a lot of damage. The Banshee is going to start providing a lot of DPS onto these Adepts, able to target down the weaker ones. A tank fire, very, very good. And such nice control by TY. Yeah, sure, he's losing workers, but this is such a huge commitment to tech that eventually isn't that efficient. And TY holds. He now has a supply lead. He is down on workers, but his army count is very high. He has those harassing units. Blink is now having to start for Patience. And those mid-game fighting units aren't there for Patience. Right now, all he has is Adepts. He's getting a couple of Stalkers, which is nice. But Adepts not the most efficient as the game goes on. He still has a good amount of them, though. This is what? 10? Something like that. Let's have a look. 7. Well, that's not 10 at all, is it? Oh, nice bait there by Patience. That's cheeky, I like it. Force the pull, go away. The third timing for Patience is good, and TY does see that. Now, what is TY's response? Is he going to go? Is he going to go for a drop? Is he going to look to fight? Or take his own third? Another shade in, just getting that scouting information. TY not taking a third of his own. Just getting lots more racks. Looks like we're going to see a lot of aggression coming out of the blue Terran player. I don't think Patience lets us finish with a bunker there. He does, wow. I can't see many of his units surviving. SCVs come for a very, very nice surround. And how many units go down there? Very, very few, if any. Sure, Patience has killed 15 workers this game, but I'm not certain it's enough going further into the game. TY is now taking a 20 supply lead, and it's all in army supply. You can see his upgrades. Stim is nearly done. +1 is on the way. I think we're going to see a huge +1 attack off of these 2 bases. That's just able to shut down Patience. Maybe Patience can do what he needs to do. He is getting the robotics bay. We'll be able to pick Disruptors or Colossus. Blinkin will manage to pick up both of those tanks. Very, very nice play there. That's not bad. For a couple of Stalkers, you take that. He's losing maybe a couple more than he needed to there. But still, keep that tank count low. And the aggression should not come too soon. Meanwhile, we are seeing that Warp Prism coming in from Patience. Is it going to be able to get anything done? Nothing in it just yet. Needs to load it up before he goes in. And lots of Stalkers for Patience. Just transitioning to what usually would be a 2-base army off of those 3 bases Patience has. TY only now getting that 3rd command centre. It's very late. Very late. Load up is now here with 4 Zealots. Now, do these Zealots have charge? No. So they're not going to be the most efficient when it comes to this sort of danking army. Patience has a lot of stalkers in position, still keeping that proxy up. Double Banshees, which don't have cloak, are moving out. Now, where is the prism? There is a prism. There it is. So the prism does drop those slow zealots in. They will manage to kill a couple of workers, I imagine, but they are going to get picked off. Oh no, prism save 2 of them. Meanwhile, we are seeing some small pressure towards the natural, but it's just a couple of zealots, really. 3 workers go down. Not bad at all. Now, how many workers do these Banshees kill? They've already got 5. Oh, one of them doesn't go down. Oh, it forces that recall. Very, very nice blinking. Will kill the Banshees. Only 6 workers for 2 Banshees. Not ideal again, but there was no cloak, so these Banshees were not, you know, to be all and end all when it comes to aggression. Now, TY is moving out. He does have a few Widow Mines. He is going to shut down this possible flanking position. There is just 1 zealot sitting at the right side just to scout right now. Disruptor just gets caught in the middle of the map, and that was a miss rally. Lots and lots of stalkers. Disruptor will need to get a big hit. Oh, it does get disabled just as the ball was going out. That's so sick by TY. And TY's army is certainly looking stronger right now. There are no disruptors on the field. There are 2 being made at a time, but there are none in this army right now. And right now, where this army is where he needs them. Concussive shell is done, so these marauders slowing down these stalkers, and it looks like, despite this adapt drop, TY smells blood. He wants to go for it now. There are going to be disruptors here. Will they be able to get the hits that they need in order to keep Patience into the game? Oh, he can't afford to have this unpowered. 1 does get out, the other 1 does not. Disruptible, sure. Kills maybe 5 or 6 Marines. The aggression at the other side of the map looks like it has been mostly dealt with, and this is such a huge force. The stalkers do blink in. It's a pretty good trade. A huge anti-armor missile, though, will make these units melt. Another disruptor does die. Will this one also die without firing? I think Patience probably just swore, ladies and gentlemen. As TY goes up match point in this best of 9. 1 more game to go. Let's see if we can get back to our out of game. Boom. Okay, 1 more game. Year 0. The biggest in the pool. The longest. Maybe we'll get an hour game. Who knows? God, I hope not. So, yeah, just really, really solid play. I think Patience certainly had a few mistakes, probably emphasised by the fact that he swore at the end. He managed to really only get 1 disruptor shot that killed like 5 or 6 Marines. He had like 3 or 4 disruptors that could have done a lot more damage and didn't. Partly due to misrallies, partly due to lack of attention on them, and one of them due to just incredible timing by TY on the interference matrix. So, let's get into the final map. It is going to be Year 0. Or the final map, possibly. The final map. It is match point. I do actually have more replays. So, I'm not sure what they are. This could go to the full 9 maps. It might not. Anyway. Let's get in game, guys. I will see you there. And we're in. Update this, update this, update that. Oh, we're getting good at this. In the top left, playing for Team Splice. Match point in the series. And he has to win 1 more out of the 3 more that we have. It is the Blue Terran player, TY. And in the top right, very interested to see what he has on this map. It is the Red Protoss player for Team LP. It's Patience. Okay, so Patience is going to be making his wall on the low ground. Able to get that harassment unit across the map a little bit quicker. Also able to take his natural pretty securely. The main factor on this map is this airspace. It's phenomenally huge. It completely cuts the map down. It's a very good map for drops into the main, things like that. Doom drops. But it's not a map we see as often as maybe some of the others. It's not Cyber Forest, it's not Automaton, or Kairos or something like that. It's definitely played a little bit less. So we are seeing just a standard one gas opening from TY. And I think on this map, TY probably will take a CC on the low ground. quick Nexus out of Patience before his Cybernetics core. Due to the distance in the map, I think that's certainly a smart decision. And I think we're going to see the same straight away out of TY. Yeah, we are. Oh, only 5 minerals over. What timing? Okay, so the next interesting point of this game is what tech they choose to go for. Are we going to see, specifically from a Protoss player, are we going to see a Stargate very quickly? Are we going to see a Twilight Council? Or will we see Robo, which is only done once this series, for that Warp Prison play, which can be very, very effective on this map. There are a lot of areas to pick up and drop off. You can harass both these bases so quickly. In fact, as a Terran player, he'll probably want to take this third to prevent something like that. Now, what is the tech choice? It is Stargate. So, we will see a very quick Oracle straight into that main. Can be very frustrating. Now, what is done to prepare for this? We are getting that we are getting that factory down. And the reactor is also down. Oh, it's a 2-1-1. Now, something a little bit different. TY, maybe a little bit done with this, wants to finish this off quickly. We haven't seen a 2-1-1 for a while. Actually, we saw Thermal do one recently against Zerg in WCS, but a TVP, I don't think it's probably slightly more common than against Zerg, but it's not that common. It has fallen out of favour. It does allow for a very, very quick 16 Marine drop or a very, very quick push, which on this map, as I said, that drop space is very, very good. We are getting a quick Cyclone, which will be very good dealing with that Oracle, and it does look like we're going to have a proxy down here from Patience, or is he just scouting? I think it's probably going to be that quick proxy. No, he's going to keep moving. 2 adepts moving across the map right now. Got some Marines coming out, and we are going to see that quick drop and that quick stim started. Yeah, there we go. So stim starting slightly earlier. What does he have in the front right now? There is no bunker, so these Marines certainly going to have a bit of a hard time dealing with all of these units. There are Cyclones out, and the Cyclones are going to need to get some work done here. The Oracle actually hitting the front instead of going around and trying to hit the main, which is maybe slightly interesting choice. Very nice control right now by TY. The Reaper, probably not the best Reaper grenade, but A for effort. And it's held off nicely. Patience is now taking that proxy pilot just below that third base or fourth base position of TY. Definitely looking to get his own harassment on. Behind this, he is adding more gateways. He is making Phoenix. Taking a page out of Mr. Rotterdam's book. Happy birthday, Rotty. Oh, very, very nice revelation there. Catches everything. Manages to keep that Oracle alive. Sees the stim. You'll be able to see exactly when that finishes, which is nice. Or when it doesn't finish, you know. Be able to get a gauge for that timing. So, are we going to see possibly a Robo in the Robo Bay very quickly? And see that Phoenix Colossus style, which is definitely very good on this map. Lots of space for them to move around, lots of space for them to micro. And to also take the choke points in which they can take very good fights. We will have to wait and see. Third base is very quick for Patience. He's done this a lot. He definitely likes a 445 third base, and although it's not the earliest third base, it's, you know, it's certainly a aggressively timed third base. Very, very nice. And here is the 16 Marine drop. So these medevacs now taken off. We'll get immediately seen, and there is a Phoenix there that will be able to shut this down. So this is very, very nice for Patience. He's going to load back up. Nope. He's just testing these Marines' reflexes. How quickly can they load up and unload? So we have seen a Twilight Council go down. So these Marines are out on the map right now, and that's a good indicator right now for... Ooh, I don't know about this. Patience now moves into the main. Oh, with the 2 Oracles as well. That's a lot of DPS coming out. Another tank is there. And it is able to do some damage, but these Oracles just don't have enough energy to finish everything off. Are there more units about to pop? Certainly the need for them is there right now. These Adepts do a little bit. The units do come home in order to force that back off. This is nice for Patience. Again, he's got that third comfortably now. He's been able to keep TY back at home with his aggression. Pick off a couple of units. This Oracle is just so frustrating. Even just as a Revelator, so annoying. We do have the proxy gateway going down for those quick warpins. And we should see, there we go, lots of gateways coming down right now. Take us up to a total of 3, and then the... Oh, okay, it doesn't show them until they're finished. Well, that's not fair, is it? 7, I think, if my maths is correct. Yeah, 7. So 7 gateways, a good amount, not quite all in amounts. If he'd gone up to 9 or 10 right now, we'd be thinking, okay, he's really going to go for it, and this third isn't going to get that much more saturated, but probes are still being produced. Okay, so TY on the other hand, just getting all his tech, getting his concussive shells, his combat shields, his +1, getting liberators added to his army, very, very good against these heavy ground armies. The proxy has been shut down, which is nice. Not a bad push right now for Patience, and I really like both these guys. They've just been keeping units out on the map all the time. The watchtower right now is taken by Patience. The Revelation captures almost the entire army. Very, very nice. But those front few units were uncaught and were able to stim ahead. Really nice scan there by TY. Sees that the sentries were in position to maybe catch a scary force field and just goes round, picks off a unit or two and moves. Does look like this Oracle is finally going to be done for, although Liberator's DPS and gets air units, maybe not the best. Meanwhile, TY is moving forward slowly, leapfrogging with these tanks. Oracle did go down. Now what? How's this fight going to go for him? TY managing to dodge the vast brunt of his force fields, forces the blink. Tanks are in position to get some big shots if needed. The Liberators have now also joined. There is very little across the map in order to help this push. Stim does come in and TY starting to move forward, and now he has these Liberators. He's able to siege up just that little bit quicker. He can move the Liberators forward, unsiege the tanks, move the tanks forward, unsiege the Liberators, move them forward. Very, very smart. 2 workers do go down to that Oracle still, but nothing significant. A DT is coming. Another DT is very annoying. Forces scans. Can slow down. If you can get DTs on top of the tanks, it's very, very nice. The Glaive's upgrade is nearly done for Patience, and he was waiting for it. It does look like it will just finish as this. Okay, doesn't quite finish as the shade goes in. Oh, and a mortar gets picked off. That's so massive. TY now stimming in, is chasing that advantage. He has now killed the Cybernetics Squad to stop any more of those upgraded Adepts coming in. The Adepts do shade in, but that's a lot of bio. Oh, and they shade in at possibly a bad time. The recall does come in to save the rest of these Stalkers and get them into the fight. All of these upgraded Adepts are starting to fall down. Now the Liberator sieging up, able to get very, very good shots. There are tanks in the background also providing that support. Does look like Patience can just about hold. There are still a few bio units left though. But these Liberators right now, so frustrating. Meanwhile, Patience with these DTs has killed a lot across the other side of the map. But does he have enough to hold on at home? DT there, scan does come down to shut that down. Robo is now unpowered. There is a lot of bio still here. And this is decently upgraded. Bio +1 is done. He says without checking. +1 is done. And this natural looks like it could be forfeit. Defensive DTs need to continue to be walked in. There's one just sitting behind right now. DTs are starting to try and look at killing these tanks. But the Widow Mine's become the bigger threat at this point. And now this third base also looking like it's in a lot of trouble. Right now, TY has a 50 supply lead and it's all in army. But does he have enough scans to kill these DTs? He doesn't have a Raven with this army. But Patience, knowing he's just too far behind, taps out and TY takes it 5-2 in this best of 9. Congratulations. Some of you may have already known this result. But that's okay, because we did it for fun. Now, losing my voice already. I do have one more sponsor shout out to do, and that's for GameStop. GameStop's main thing is they like to give power to the players, and now they're going to bring it to us esports players. GameStop traditionally, large chain, you know, they sell your normie games. Let me get the right overlay here, so you can actually see me chat. Yeah, they sell your normie games. But they haven't done a lot for esports, and now they're bringing it to us. Their new program features coaching and more from some of the most prominent teams and players in the world, and that involves StarCraft, I think. So if you visit GameStop's website from the Matcherino Quest up here somewhere, you'll be able to check that out, and you can also donate to future prize pools. Don't donate to this one; it's already over. TY's got his money. Ching ching. He's loving life. He's in the casino. So guys, yeah, check out GameStop. Our other sponsor, as I mentioned, was 24 Hour Fitness. We saw their commercial. They're really, really good. Personal fitness goals to get us nerds looking good for the summer. But that is everything for today. Our next event, I believe, is on Friday. And that's a standard series between Solir and Uzikotti. I'm saying this. I should probably check. Yeah, standard event. It's Solir and Uzikotti on the 10th. Friday. So check that out, guys. I'm not certain what time that is. Let me take a look. Because, more excitingly, we have a huge, huge elite level Alpha Pro Series number 78 this Sunday at 12 p.m. CEST, 11 p.m. CEST, AM CAST. That's the one. I knew something was wrong there. Between the one and only Innovation, and he will be taking on Classic. This is like a BlizzCon finals, a GSL finals, and it's going to be happening right here. Best of 9. A lot of money on the line. I think it's about $300 on the line. Best of 9 current map pool, 75 splits, 30% split. It's going to be huge. So guys, if you're interested in that, in Classic versus Innovation, please check it out. More details will be on Alpha's Twitter. Check out Alpha XSC2. Those guys are completely, they're doing all of this, and it's absolutely wicked. So big props to them. Big props to their sponsors. Props to Africa for having us and for helping us support these events and getting these players. I've been Grant. You'll be seeing a lot more of me, unfortunately for you guys. I'm going to be around a lot doing all of this stuff, so you'll see me here and on Twitch, on my personal channel, etc. Thank you for watching, guys. If you did, I really appreciate you. Have a wicked day, a wicked night, if that's where you are in the world. Peace out, and we love you. Cheers.